is and I guess I'm saying that because I wanted to ask you this question too, because I feel like, especially this audience and a lot of people who are watching this, right, come from a Christian background, and right, and there's kind of this thought process around money and finances and stuff. They'd be looking to say, well, why would I charge this for this thing when I'm charging this for this, right? How would you answer that? That inquiry for somebody who's saying, yeah, I mean, I know I'm monetizing this thing, but man, I kind of feel like I'm charging too much, or I kind of feel like maybe I'm getting over on somebody, right? Because I'm charging this for the course or for my coaching, but I'm charging this for the book, right? Like, how would you kind of answer somebody that kind of is having that wrestle within their mind? Because there are many people out there who are wrestling with things like this.
Yeah, I think for most faith-based individuals, Christians, etc., you first need to make your peace with money. I think a lot of faith-based people have a lot of money hangups. I think more than people of the world, we have the biggest hangup on money. And so I am so glad the way that God has led me, because when people try to bring some of these negativity about money, I always use my own self as an example, because you can't tell me that I haven't been involved. Like I said, I served as a missionary for years, or on a stipend. I've traveled to over 26 different countries. We have planted churches in some of the poorest places of this earth. We personally finance outside of our pastoral duties. My personal ministry is not in the pulpit. My personal ministry is outside the pulpit. So we sponsor people who are working with Muslim populations. We sponsor people who are working with orphans. We do all of that. So here's what I tell them. The more money you have is the more good you can do. And let that sink in, because here's the thing. The gospel is free, but it is not. It is free to the recipient, but it costs money to get it there. You think when we go on a mission trip, you think Delta Airlines is saying, oh, y'all are doing such a wonderful work for the Lord. Here is a free airline ticket. No, not only that, you can't go into those areas and just say, oh, we bring the love of God to you. No, they're saying, listen, we have needs, right? A school costs to build a church, to do an evangelistic series. It costs money, a whole lot of it. So that's what we realize, is that God has no problem with money. Money is a man-made construct that we are hung up on it. So money is a blessing in the hands of good people. Money just accentuates who you already are. If you are a good person at heart, money allows you to do more good things. And if you're an evil person, money allows you to do a whole lot more of it. So that's how you can balance that in a simple way. So directly now to the answer. First of all, you got to make your peace, because if you make your peace with money, you wouldn't feel that you are overcharging anybody. And the second simple way is look at what others are charging, because you don't want to undercharge yourself. Matter of fact, I think you do the industry a disservice if everybody, let's say, for example, give a speech. If everybody's charging 5,000 and you come in and say you're going to charge 2,000, you're not undercutting the market. You are cheapening the service. Less than, way less than. So you want to come at least there, right, and above. But you never want to go way below. That's not. And by the way, nobody ever makes a business prosperous and successful by being the cheapest in the market, right? Because you have to work that much more, and you need. So I tell people there's a strategy for everybody when we talk about how to market. My model is this. Yeah, I want to charge high because I don't like. I'm an introvert by nature as well. Yes, I learned how to be extroverted because of my military background, and most of the time I'm put in leadership position. But at the core, I am an introvert. I don't like to work with a whole lot of people. So that's why and here's the thing, it works better for me because to me, I find it the same amount of work. So if you want to make $1 million, you can sell, for example, $1 toothpaste and sell $1 million worth of it. I don't want to do that. I don't like the large volume stuff. I would rather even take my time and sell maybe, a $500,000 car, for example, and just sell 2. I would take my time for the whole year and sell 2, whereas you can sell a whole million cases of toothpaste. But you get to the same destination. So to me, like I said, books, even most of my books, I use them as a marketing tool. I personally, people buy my books on Amazon, but I really don't sell them. I use them as a marketing tool. So I give you an example again. Let's take this same one. As the author of this book, it cost me about $4 to print it.
Okay.
So if I spend $400 on this and I send this out to 100 people, already, now it cost me how much? 400.
$400. Yeah.
I sent it to 100 people for free. Hey, you know what, Lionel, man, I love what you are doing on your podcast. Here's a book. I think your audience will resonate with it. Now, if from there I get 10 people to buy my course, now 10
Mm.
times 5 is how much? There we
Yeah.
go. I made
Yeah.
$5,000.
$5,000. Yeah.
Right? So let's even break, even if I got 2 people to take the course, I made
Yeah.
$1,000. I just profited $600.
Yeah.
That's the model that I use.
Mm.
Furthermore, if I do the coaching, then it's even more. But even if I got,
Yeah.
so even if I have to send out 100 of these to get one client, it's better than selling 100 of these and so
Right.
forth. Don't get me wrong. So that's one way. So you notice again the leverage. So you
Right.
can sell the book. So I teach people also when I teach about publishing, I show them that in the marketing piece. I say, there's several models. One is you
Mm-hmm.
can sell a whole lot of the items, which I don't recommend. But if you have a platform already, you're a speaker, like one minister friend of mine, that was his thing, but he was able to, he
Mm-hmm.
liked to speak and he gets booked at a lot of youth events, etc. So
Right.
when he
Right.
finishes his talk, he can sell 100 books in the back of the room. That works for him. I don't like that model again because again it takes a lot. I like to
Right.
see. I don't mind a lot of transaction coming through PayPal, but I don't like them to say 99 cents. I like them to say
Right. Right. Right.
more than that. That makes me more happy. Plus, I give of my time more when people pay more.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? You feel better because you don't want to ever charge a price where you feel like, man, they get
Mm-hmm.
nobody either. Okay. So balance it out, check what the market is charging and charge
Mm.
at least close to what the market is charging or above.
Right.
Trust me, when you also charge more, you will attract a different type of clientele.
Mm.
Lionel, interestingly, people who pay me what I ask for, I never have a discussion with them about money.
Mm.
Never,
Mm.
never. It is the people who, when the price is even cheap, they want, oh, can I get a discount, man? Can I,
Right.
what I mean? Can you cut me a deal on this? And it's
Right.
really weird because, but anything that I have offered at $1,000 or more, I have never, ever, ever had one person ever say this was too much.
Right.
Never. But
Right.
contrary, it is, and interestingly, it is the prices below $100. People have said, "Oh man, can you cut me a deal?" So you attract a different type of
Right.
clientele. If you're going to be in coaching, especially, you want to deal with the higher the price. And
Mm.
lastly, to make $1 million is sell 1,000 people something that costs 1,000. So it makes
Right.
it easier to really track whether or not you can make $1 million. All you
Right.
need to do is create a series of products or one coaching program that is $1,000, and your job will be to sell 1,000, and you've
Mm.
made $1 million.
Gotcha. Thanks for watching the Lion and Lambo podcast. We hope this clip has been a huge blessing to you. And we want to remind you that we drop new videos, new podcast episodes every Sunday at 9 o'clock. You can find the full episode by clicking the card up at the top right of this video. If you prefer an audio only experience, then we want to let you know that we're streaming through every major podcast streaming platform. For the full list, you can go to www.lionandthelambo.com. Until next time, go impact the world.